The Buzz is currently being brought to you by z03e03, Australia's premier ISP for all of your high-speed home and business internet needs.
Yes, welcome back to The Buzz, proudly brought to you by z03e03. I reckon, well, one of Australia's best internet service providers.
I love z03e03. If they were here right now, I'd give them a big cuddle. I suggest you should too.
That scares me a heck of a lot. Check out the website, though. Some very good plans on there. All right, we're going to get straight back into it. And
some tweets. Somebody sent us a Vine thing.
Did they?
Yeah, they did.
We'll have a look at that later on when we talk about Vines.
All right.
Have you got anything else? Did anybody tweet anything else?
No, well, somebody...
Hashtag The Buzz?
Gareth says, I missed out on seeing Pennywise live tonight, but at least I have The Buzz.
The Buzz. We're here. We're here for you, Gareth.
Yeah, that's it.
And nobody else, because no one else is tweeting us. So tonight,
what's going on?
The Buzz is brought to you by Not Gareth.
Not Gareth.
On Twitter.
Hanging in there, buddy.
Thank you very much. All right, now I've got down here in this run sheet, app 1-mention. What do you reckon that's all about?
I don't know.
All right, well,
mention an app.
Let's find out from Candace if she's got an app she wants to tell us about.
I was about to say, why don't you just ask me? It's all good, I'm standing right here. All right, if you like Google Alerts, and if it's something that you have used over the past couple of years, then you probably have noticed that the amount and the frequency and the quality of the alerts that you're getting through have really declined. And I'm not really sure why that is. And there are a few theories out there that Google Alerts may go the way of some other Google features, which kind of died a slow, painful death as people stopped using.
They killed Google Reader.
Exactly.
The one thing that I use Google for more than searching. I live my life in Google Reader, and they're cancelling it. July 1st, it's gone.
I don't even know what Google Reader is.
That's the problem.
That may be the problem, and I think Google Alerts is certainly going the same way. As a former journo and now working in PR, it's really important for me when it comes to monitoring brand awareness and monitoring what people are saying about any particular thing, monitoring trends, anything like that. So I have a number of Google Alerts set up. For those who are a little vain, might like to set one up about themselves, which I've just done for the purposes of this very experiment, and I'm just going to get into Janae's phone here. So I've set one up with my own name, because why not? This app, aptly called Mention, picks up where Google Alerts takes off. It will give you all of those mentions through a variety of different search engines, and it is really versatile as well. You're not only getting it on your phone, you can also pick it up on your desktop and your Mac as well.
Does this mean that I can stalk you that way?
Well, if you really find something worthy of stalking, most of the stuff that came up about me was my tweets, which isn't really terribly surprising, so I'm able to put those into a spam folder and feed those through. And also, there are a surprising amount of people out there called Candace Barnes. It's actually quite weird. So hi to all the fellow Candace Barneses out there. If you're not into, you know, searching for particular things and you don't really want to be alerted, then this app is no good for you.
What would you essentially use it for? Just for stalking?
Stalking mainly?
You could, or if you were really interested in a particular topic or really wanted to know, I mean, like the Beliebers, for example, would probably have Google Alerts set up. So anytime anyone mentioned anything about Justin Bieber, they'd want to be on it. If you're a particular fan, or if you want to know something, if, you know, news is a big thing for that, this is a really great app. I'm going to give this one 4 out of 10 purely because it's not particularly exciting, but it is well worthwhile.
So when you say really great app, giving it a 4 out of 10 is
it's
really great, but
it's great for my purposes, but it's probably not the first one to go and download if you're into just finding an exciting new app. It is a useful app, not an exciting app, if that makes sense.
Right.
Speaking of exciting, every girl needs a little bit of dating advice. What about from these younger kids, though?
If he asks you if you want to be friends, you're in the friend zone.
You just gotta be direct. When Michael started acting all weird, I was like, listen, either we're a thing or we're not a thing.
It was the same way with Tommy. She's like, I'm not ready for a relationship. And I'm like, if not now, when? We're not getting any younger.
I hear you, girl.
Right, now, I have got an application that you are going to love. It's called Vine. And it's actually something, it's connected quite tightly to Twitter. And what it allows you to do is 6-second videos. No more, no less. No editing. But you just record 6 seconds worth of video.
Is this what you were filming earlier on?
It is what I was filming earlier on.
Stalking me with it.
In fact, if we can get box C up on the screen at the moment, there we go. Let's have a look at a little Vine video I prepared earlier.
This is what you were doing.
Yes, it was. Look, there we go.
You were making a video.
Handle. There's Paul. What are you doing, Paul?
Well, that's what you get for disturbing me.
You have very, very clear urine.
I drink a lot of water.
Clearly.
And so you should.
So
It's
there's
very
a 6
good.
second video. They're a lot smoother. It's obviously that we've got a Wi-Fi connection here, so it's reasonably slow. But 6 second videos, I reckon that is a cracker of an idea.
When you first showed me this, I thought, oh, well, that's a bit, you know, we're just going to have 6 second videos of somebody, I don't know, pulling a funny face, and that's going to be it. Oh, look at that cat jumping off. But people have actually got a little clever with this, haven't they?
They have. So let's take a look at some of the other ones. These are the editor's picks that are up at the moment. This guy's put his phone on top of a ceiling fan. That's quite clever.
Yeah, well, I don't know whether I'd call that quite clever.
This guy here,
This
check
one's
out.
clever.
Oh,
This is clever.
This is clever. Woo.
Whoa! Hang on.
Inception,
Whoa!
Vineception,
Whoa!
in fact.
Make it stop.
Let's have a look at one more. What have we got here? Oh, that's very similar. Oh, look at that.
Oh, it's moving around.
That is quite clever,
That is
though.
good.
That
Where's
is
the
clever.
toast one? Show people the toast
one.
one.
Look, the table is a
Is it
toaster.
like-
Oh, look at that. Hey.
Ding. Oh,
Vine.
See, my kids would love that, and the first thing I'd say is, Dad, can you buy a table like that?
Like that one.
Toast
So
on the table.
Vine, fantastic application, free of charge. Just go to the iTunes store, or if you're one of those poor buggers that's stuck on Android, go to the Google Play Store.
Android rocks.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, we hear you. Sure. Now, the Arab Spring. I want to talk to you about this
Okay.
because at the time, I remember in many episodes of The Buzz, we've had a discussion about this, and you seem to think that social media had bugger all to do with the Arab Spring itself. Have you changed your mind yet?
What happened last year, and we sort of covered here on The Buzz with the Coney thing, was that there was a belief that somehow there was a younger generation coming up saying, well, the world never changed for 4 billion years, and then suddenly social media came and everything was new and fresh and the whole world was going to change. We now clearly know 12 months later they never found Coney, and the Middle East hasn't really changed. There's just, you know, a
What do you
different
mean it
sort of-
hasn't changed? There's been massive change in the Middle East.
But more change is the same. Meet the new boss, same as the old boss, as the lyric goes. You know, same shit, different day.
True.
There has been a meeting by the Herzliya conference in Israel where they're talking about this very thing. What social media has done in these particular areas has given smaller groups the ability to connect and contact quickly. So whereas you could easily jam a two-way radio frequency and stop a group of people contacting and having their own little networks, now they can do it outside of that on social media. So you've got lots of little splinter groups with their own purpose, and the Arab Spring countries such as Syria and Egypt and Libya have these very small dysfunctional groups that aren't really emerging.
Do you reckon the horse has bolted now? Like if those countries were actually to block all of those social media sites, the regulars, Twitter, Facebook, Bebo, all of the ones that people are using, would that now change things back to how they were?
No, I think the opposite is happening. I think governments the world over need to prepare themselves for a world where the people know everything and the people can see everything. And I
Is
think,
Wikipedia part of that?
and much like censorship is a thing of the past. That's right. And WikiLeaks is a wonderful example. People were right off that. WikiLeaks, oh, it's a bad thing. But it's like, well, no, we're just going to see more of that in the future, and we need to work with that, not against it.
If all of that was a little bit too much for you and your head's going like that at the moment, maybe a game would help. Candace has got a nice version of Solitaire for us.
Honestly, when I think of things that I like, or things that my friends like, or things that women in general like, it doesn't include cards, it doesn't include golf, and it doesn't include time wasting. Now, all of these three things make this game fantastic, and I absolutely love it. I virtually cannot fault this game. It's called Fairway Solitaire. It's got cartoon characters, it's got a little bit of challenging gameplay, but it's simple enough to pick up really quickly. So I'm just going to take you through the tutorial level here. We are on a free version, so you do get, I believe it's the first 12 courses for free. After that, you can pay 99 cents if you are as addicted to this game as I am. I have paid the 99 cents and I'm halfway through the game. I'm getting trophies left, right and centre, not to ring my own bell too much, but I'm absolutely loving it. So for example, you do play it like a traditional solitaire, though the aim of the game is to get rid of as many cards as possible. So you don't necessarily have to get rid of all of the cards like you do in a traditional solitaire. You're looking at it like you're playing golf strokes. So in this case, the par of this course is 3. So if you end up with 3 cards left, then you've effectively passed this hole. If you end up with less than that, so say you get a birdie or an eagle or a double eagle, then you're going to do quite well. And at the end of the course, you're supposed to come in at least at par or better, and then you can unlock the next course. It is a pretty easy game format, so we'll just play through a couple of little rounds here. So the queen comes next, and I can go back to the jack.
Candace, do you like golf?
No, I can't stand golf.
Because it looks like, do you like cards?
I
Do you
don't
like
even really
guns?
like cards, and I don't even really like guns, but I really like this app.
You don't even really like guns?
Not even
Well,
really.
yeah,
I don't.
it depends
To be
who's
honest,
knocking
I
on my
don't really
door.
like anything, but I
Really?
really like this game. I'm giving this one a buzz factor of 9 out of
Whoa,
10.
it looks
is
dreadful. It looks so
amazing.
boring.
It
No
might sound
guns,
like it.
no car chases,
No
no
guns.
chicks in bikinis.
No, but there's a little cute gopher and you can bash him
No
up, and it's
angry
really
birds
quite
flying
sweet.
around.
You don't get to fling pigs at anybody.
Look, it'll cost you nothing. Give it a go. It's quite challenging. It's a brilliant time waster. I mean, 9 out of 10. I don't give everything a 9 out of 10. I'm really loving this
Well, I'm
one.
guessing we can take this game off her when we pry it out of her
My cold dead
hands.
hand. Very good. Let's check this out.
Charlton Heston movies are no longer in demand, and his immortal soul may lay forever in the sand. The angels wouldn't take him up to heaven like he planned, 'cause they couldn't pry that gun from his cold dead hand. What did he say? It takes a cold dead hand to decide to pull the trigger. Takes a cold dead heart, and as near as I can figure, with your cold dead aim, you're trying to.
Jim Carrey, he still hasn't got it.
Yeah, I like Jim Carrey.
Too much, just too much.
Look, I'm not a huge fan. I mean, he certainly, loves the overacting. But Ace Ventura was great, and Cable Guy is one of my all-time favourites. Love that movie.
He can hold a tune. That's a beautiful
Yeah,
thing.
no,
he
he can. And I've got to
actually
admit,
can sing.
The Truman Show is one of my favourite movies ever.
That was a great
but
movie too.
That was a good movie, but it's all this rubbery face nonsense and the mask and all of that.
Anyway, do you think it's a kind of brave step, because it's a very heated climate in the States at the moment, to make this video, because people.
Well, so
aren't
what's the video
finding it
actually
funny.
about?
So the video is basically taking the pee out of Charlton Heston, or the spirit of Charlton Heston, who used to
Be
speak
the
at
boss of the
NRA.
National Rifle Association?
Absolutely, would finish up at an NRA conference saying, "They'll take the gun from my cold dead hands," and they'd go, "Yay!"
Right.
And he's obviously written a parody song about it, because the gun debate is very big in the US at the moment. But the hatred from the set of Americans who like to have 3 or 4 guns is
And
over
not just
the
little
top.
guns.
Oh, yeah.
These big
Anything. That's
AR-15
right.
assault rifles.
Which are
and-
basically M15s.
Yeah.
And you can trick them up to whatever you like. You can put military-style magazines in these
Well,
things.
you can actually, you can 3D print the magazines now as well. You can get a 3D printer. You can actually print the magazine. You don't need to buy it. You print it.
Jason,
It's coming. It's coming. It's here already.
where do you go with that?
Now, look, everybody knows I'm not the biggest sports fan in the world.
Yes.
But this
I can't
clip-
imagine you'd do anything but print breasts if you had a 3D printer.
love
You'd
it,
just
love
be
it.
scanning.
But anyway, I saw this clip today. This poor guy, Kevin Ware in the US, he's an NFL or a gridiron player, if you want, went to catch the ball, landed wrong, snapped his shin. And the video of it is very graphic.
not good, are
We're
they?
really not going to show it, but it was
a shame.
extraordinarily graphic.
Yeah.
And this guy's not going to be able to play now for who knows how long.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that a hashtag.
You never really recover from those kind of injuries.
No. Well, the hashtag came up straight away. Hashtag pray for Ware. 140 character prayers, and whether or not to look at the video. It's a little bit like the Goatsy sort of video, or Lemon Party, or any of those naughty videos. Do you really want to see this? Do you really want to see a guy snapping his leg in two?
Look, there's a compilation, might be on YouTube or Ogreish or one of those fantastic sites, where they have a compilation of people who have broken their leg in the middle of the shin, which is just the most painful looking break ever. Nathan Brown from the Richmond Tigers broke his leg a few years ago, and it's been a common occurrence in those kind of sports. So you can look at a collection of them if you want, not just the one. So I think if you wanted to, you've already seen them.
Yeah, probably already seen it before. Now, talking about all things sport, it's quite handy sometimes to also be partially bred from monkey.
Careful, Sergio.
How about this? Pretty nimble. Oh, he wants to play it.
Hell yeah,
And they love it. How can the ball stay there? That's what he has to be at. Yes. How about that?
Part monkey, part golfer.
I'm really crap at golf, but I'm thinking what I might do in the future is just put my balls up in a tree.
prepare beforehand.
And just see how I go hitting them from a tree. Maybe there's a new game in that. That would be fantastic.
All right, every week we like to give you some recommendations on Twitter people that you should follow. Let's go to Candice.
Yeah, got three really great people to follow this week. First one being at Brocklesnitch. She's a Brisbane lass who is very, very eccentric, a lot of stream of consciousness kind of stuff, but
So
with a
that's
slight...
Brocklesnitch, that's not Jabberwocky or... No, Brocklesnitch.
Is that trendy for something?
I'm not really sure.
What does it mean?
I think it may be a play on her surname, though I'm not 100% sure. So
Okay.
you'll have to ask her. Tweet her at Brocklesnitch. She's very funny, slight skewed towards news and current affairs, but with a very unusual take. She takes over a lot of hashtags and participates in a lot of conversations, but be warned, if you don't like people who tweet
Hang on, that's not her, that's Julia Gillard.
Well, these are some of the pictures she's got posted up.
Yeah, she's an unusual sort. It's a real bag of licorice all sorts. But if she does tweet an awful lot, so if you're not into having your news feed sort of pummeled, then
swamped.
yeah, so maybe just have a bit of a lurk before you decide to follow her, really. The next one is absolutely beautiful and certainly does lift my day in those times in the office where, you know, you're dreamy of the places you'd rather be. We do live on a big, beautiful rock and some parts of it are prettier than others. So to enjoy the best of what's out there, at Earth_pics will bring you the best and most beautiful locations from around the world, including locations in the Maldives, in New Zealand, some really rugged terrain, just places that you'd really like to explore if you just need that little bit of a chill out moment. Absolutely well and truly worth it. The last one I've got for you is at Barry_Australia, who calls himself at Bazza_Australia. He doesn't really claim to be original, and a lot of his stuff you will have seen or heard of before, but he's certainly, I would describe him a curator of Twitter laughs. You can ignore some of the bland footy commentary that pops up when particular games are on, but he does retweet some absolutely fantastic tweets.
Sorry, we have a few of his images coming up in the background and they're naughty. So.
Well, you do get a bit of everything, but guaranteed you will get a bit of a giggle. Something to suit almost every humour, from the dirty, gross kind of humour to the more palatable, family-friendly kinds of things. But that's all I have for who to follow today, and I'll bring you three more next week, gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Candice. Now, something that is in the news at the moment is the 82/83-year-old Australian/British entertainer that nobody is naming. Now, we know that he's been taken in by the police. We understand that he hasn't been arrested, but they're having to talk to him at least. And I think he's been released again now anyway.
And Candice, you had a good insight on this, because the question was raised today by Asher Wolf on Twitter and a lot of others as to why the media were not naming this individual, and it seems like had it been anyone else, he would have been named far beyond now.
I don't know.
Reverence. He does have a link to some of the most important people in Britain, including the monarchy. So, I mean, there is the assumption that innocent until proven guilty, and particularly with crimes of this nature, people do on social media and in modern times tend to be judged during executioner. So I think it's a responsible move on the part of the mainstream media.
Yeah, no, I'm inclined to agree with you there as well. I mean, I think any time that the crime is of a sexual nature, I think really we're best being a little bit
But why
careful.
are we only doing it because it's Rolf Harris? If it was you and Europe,
he's a brave man. But there you go. I mean, he has been named by other people anyway. So, look, there you go. It's been said here on this show. Who knows? We could be in the news tomorrow ourselves.
I don't think so.
Thanks, everybody, for your company this evening. Thanks to the crew. We're back again next week.
The Buzz, Australia's only live, interactive social media program on free-to-air TV, was proudly brought to you by ZDNet, Australia's premier ISP for all of your high-speed home and business internet needs.